This is the workshop 27 meditations for 27 Enneagram subtypes. I'll start by introducing myself, then I'll give an overview of Kundalini Yoga. I'll talk briefly about how we got to have this information about the Enneagram subtypes, and then we will launch into the 27 meditations. So my name is Lynn. I am an Enneagram instructor. I am also a Kundalini Yoga teacher, and my journey is I was introduced to the Enneagram in 1995 when I went to a bookstore and bought the book Personality Types by Riso Hudson, mainly because I liked the cover. I had never heard of the Enneagram, but I was curious. I started reading, going in order. I thought maybe I'm a 1, maybe I'm a 2. And when I got to type 7, I was shocked because it was such a clear description of exactly my behavior. And it was really helpful because it wasn't just my behavior, but it gave me a little bit of context about where that behavior was coming from. So I found it very interesting, and like most people, first I found myself, and then I started identifying other people in my life, and it was something that I pursued as a hobby. The Enneagram gives you a really clear growth path, so as a 7, I knew what I needed to do to try to relax my habit of attention. But if I'm very honest, my progress was going really slowly. However, through a different set of life events, in 2007, I came to Kundalini Yoga. And what I realized was after about 6 months of a regular Kundalini Yoga practice, suddenly a lot of those changes that I'd been trying to make for years started just happening. And what I've become increasingly convinced of is it's this combination of Kundalini Yoga and the Enneagram that's really the powerhouse. And I talk about it, it's like you are lost in the woods and you're trying to find your way home. The Enneagram gives you a very clear map. It tells you where you are and where you need to go, but it doesn't give you any of the supplies to make that journey. Kundalini Yoga gives you tons of supplies. You will have energy, you will have a strong nervous system, but it doesn't tell you where to go. When you put the two systems together, suddenly you've got the map, you've got the supplies, and you can really accelerate your personal growth. So that is why I have combined these systems. For those of you who might be new to Kundalini Yoga, it is called the Yoga of Awareness, and it is very different than the other forms of yoga you may have tried. Yoga in its original incarnation was a technology to raise our consciousness. It was to help us move towards enlightenment. But when yoga came to the West, we chopped off a lot of that consciousness work, a lot of that mind training, and we focused more on the physical practice, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. However, Kundalini Yoga goes back more to the original intention. So it is focusing a lot on the breath and a lot on meditation. And it can feel slower than a lot of other forms of yoga. It actually is going to help to really energize you. It also can help to address anxiety and a variety of other things. It's really here to raise our consciousness, and that is what Kundalini Yoga is focused on. I want to talk for a minute about the breath, because in the 27 meditations, a lot of them focus on breath work. And that's because we say the breath is like the steering wheel for your thoughts. Yogically, there is an image that we use a lot. It's a rider, a chariot, and a set of horses. And the metaphor is that the horses are your thoughts. And for most of us, the thoughts are dragging us around. So the chariot is your life. The idea is that you want the rider to be in control, and the rider is your soul. And metaphorically, the reins are your breath. So it's this idea, if you can start to control your breathing, you can start to control your thinking. And so that is why we are focusing a lot on the breath. So that is kind of, again, high-level overview of Kundalini Yoga, and in this workshop, we're focusing on the meditations. The subtypes, so where did this subtype information come from? The subtype work that I'm using is from Beatrice Chestnut's book, The Complete Enneagram, that was published in 2013. And what happened here is Beatrice Chestnut was at one of the Enneagram conferences in 2004, and she saw Claudio Naranjo give a presentation and give a lot of detail about the 27 subtypes. And even though she'd been studying the Enneagram since the 90s, this was new information for her. She was amazed. And so she went on almost a mission to try to get as much of this information together. Claudio Naranjo was famous for not documenting things. That was not his path. She's a researcher, so she started doing research and pulled together everything that she could find from Naranjo's work about the subtypes, and that became this book. Why this is really important is because not only does it give us a very detailed set of descriptions about the subtypes, it also gives us the growth path for each of the subtypes. And this is really key because up until this point, we had growth paths that were more generalized. And I say, kind of when we're talking about the subtypes, it's like you've learned that you're from the country of Italy, but if you're from Milan in the north, or you're from Palermo in the south, those are Italians, but they're very different types of Italians. This is the same. The subtype can really change behavior quite a bit. So having this level of detail is really important. So that is the subtype information, and this is where it comes from. I'm combining it. So Kundalini Yoga is like having a recipe book. There are literally thousands of Kundalini Yoga sets, which we call Kriyas, and meditations. And they are for a wide variety of things. They're very targeted and very prescriptive. So my work was to take these 27 growth paths and look at all the Kundalini Yoga meditations out there and to map meditations that would work well for each of the growth paths. So that's what this is. With that, I am going to dive in. So we're starting with the self-preservation type 1, and the word we use is worry. Like all type 1s, this is someone who has a habit of attention that moves towards improvement and moves away from leaving things as good enough. This is someone who's taking that habit of attention to improve and they're pointing it back on themselves. So this is someone who's really hard on themselves. This is someone who's really afraid of making a mistake. And they are called worry because they can be so anxious that they sometimes can think that they're a type 6, but their anxiety is around their own behavior and concerns that maybe they are going to make a mistake and be blamed. So if this is your subtype, the personal growth path is to slow down and to notice the root cause of your worry, to start to pay attention to where is that anxiety coming from, to become aware of your desire to control all of the details and to work to release this. Self-preservation type 1s are often very control freaky, again, because they're worried that something is going to happen, they're going to miss a detail, and they're going to be blamed. So part of the growth path is to work to relax that. And finally, part of the personal growth path is to learn to relax and to allow more space for fun and pleasure. So that is the growth path. The meditation is alternate nostril breathing. So I'll ask you all to just notice that your spine is straight. The left hand can be relaxed in your lap, or if you're sitting where it's comfortable, you can put it in Gyan Mudra. This is where your index finger and thumb are touching. With the right hand, make a U, and it's a U with the thumb and the index finger. Go ahead and take the index finger, close down your left nostril as you inhale through your right. Then take the thumb, close down the right nostril, exhale through the left. Then stay here, inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Let me do a few rounds on your own. Inhale deeply, drop both of your hands down. Close down your eyes, just breathe normally. a meditation that lowers stress, lowers anxiety, and promotes relaxation. So it is really good for the self-preservation type 1. And I'll just take a minute to say anybody can do any of these meditations. So everyone will benefit from all of these meditations. There's never one that doesn't work for a specific person. However, if you are a self-preservation one, this will be a particularly good meditation for you. Then we're going to move to the social type 1, where the word we use is non-adaptability. This is someone whose habit of attention to improve is pointed out to society, to others. And this is someone who is trying to be a model of good behavior. This is someone who might have a teacher-like mentality. They're really trying to demonstrate good, correct, proper behavior for others. The personal growth path for this person is to realize that true power comes from your good intentions and not from your correctness. So sometimes this is someone who can get overly concerned about being right, and they can forget to speak from their heart. Part of the personal growth path is to focus on your core intention, which is this big heart, and which is to offer goodness to others. And also to notice how your behavior might feel rigid or controlling to other people, just to try to become more conscious of that. The meditation is the Satkar meditation to open the heart. And this is because this is a type who really has a very, very big heart, but because of this drive to correct other people, sometimes that can get blocked. So this is going to help to open that. In this meditation, there is a mantra, and whenever there's a mantra, you do not need to worry about the breath. It will self-regulate. So the mantra is Sat Kar Tar. What it's going to look like is we'll press our hands together in prayer pose. This is Sat. Then drop the elbows down and angle the palms out. This is Kar. And extend the arms straight out like you're pushing against a wall. That's Tar. So it's Sat Kar Tar. Sat Kar Tar. And you'll say it out loud. Sat Kar Tar. 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 Inhale. Exhale. Drop your hands down. Close down your eyes. Bring your focus internal. Just breathe. And again, that's a meditation to open the heart. And then we move to the 1-to-1 type 1, where the word we use is zeal. This is someone who's taking their habit of attention to correct, and they are pointing it to their inner circle, the people who are most important to them. So this is the less self-critical of the type 1s. This is someone who's more interested in correcting other people. This is someone who can be more of a reformer than a perfectionist. And this is someone who can have an energetic heat to them, almost as if to say an intensity, almost as if to say things must change now. So this might be the spouse who's telling her husband to sit up straight, drink more water. It's that habit of attention being focused on the people they're close to. The personal growth path is to shift your focus from correcting others to deeply knowing yourself. To ask the question of yourself, could your desire to correct other people be linked to self-worth? And could you be worthy of others without correcting them? So it's all around kind of this correction being linked to self-worth. The meditation is a meditation to burn out anger. So in this meditation, you'll point the index finger straight up, make fists with the hands, extend the arms straight out, and just do the best you can trying to point the index finger straight up. The breath is a breath we call Sitali breath. where you'll inhale through a curled tongue and exhale through your nose. Genetically, some of us cannot curl our tongue. So if you are in that category, then you'll just stick your tongue out. But if you're able to curl your tongue, inhale through the curled tongue, exhale through the nose. Inhale through the curled tongue. Exhale through the nose. And continue. Inhale, relax the hands down. Let's take a couple of breaths, let your energy circulate. So that meditation helps to burn out anger. And it's good for the 1-to-1 type 1 because they are the ones who anger is closest to the surface. So that can help to burn out some of the anger that's residing. We're going to move to Enneagram type 2. The helper, the giver. So these are people who are getting their needs met through their relationships. Because of this, their habit of attention goes out to other people and it moves away from self-care. So self-care is hard for most type 2s. The self-preservation type 2, the word we use is privilege. And this is someone who, like all 2s, is getting their needs met through their relationships, but they are taking an approach that is almost as if to say, I need to be taken care of, children are taken care of, I'll act like a child, and that's how my needs will get met. So this is someone who can adopt an almost childlike stance, almost a helplessness. This is somebody who often will have someone above them who's making most of the decisions. This is someone who can be very playful. And this is someone who can have more of a me first attitude than the other 2s, but they're looking to other people to meet their needs. This is like the childlike type 2. If this is your subtype, your personal growth path is to learn to be more resilient in the face of emotional hurts, to stop playing small and start to take charge of your life, and to cultivate self-love so you can step into your own power. So that is what your growth path is if you're the self-preservation type 2. The meditation is a meditation for self-blessing and guidance by intuition. So in this meditation, you'll raise your arms up. The palms are facing down and they are over the head. They're about 6 to 8 inches above the head, about 15 to 20 centimeters. There are 3 parts to this breath. We're breathing through strokes, and a stroke is like a sniff. So you'll inhale 8 strokes, exhale 8 strokes, and then hold your breath out for 16 strokes. So that is the breath. For those of you who are beginners, you can just start with that, counting to 8 each time. For any of you who might be more advanced, you can add the mantra sa, ta, na, ma, but you don't say it, you just think it. That's 4 strokes, each sa, ta, na, ma. You'll inhale 2 of them, exhale 2 of them, and then hold out 4 of them. We'll just do a couple of rounds of this. You'll keep your own count. Go ahead and begin. Inhale. Exhale, drop your arms down. Go ahead and close down your eyes. Take a couple of breaths. It's a meditation to connect you to your higher self. It activates intuition And this helps you strengthen your resolve to act independently and assertively. Moving to the social type 2, the word we use is ambition. This is someone who is getting their needs met through relationships, but they are focusing it very strategically and often in a company setting or in a group setting. So this is someone who's very aware of the social dynamics and they're offering help, but in a very strategic way. The word we use is ambition because this can be like a power 2. This is a 2 who is much more comfortable in the spotlight. This is somebody who can take a leadership position, but they are again using relationships to get their needs met. This is somebody who also has to be careful about how strategic they are being with what they are offering, who they are offering help to. If this is your subtype, the personal growth work is to become more aware of the strategic intent behind your generosity and to look for signs of subconscious manipulation. And again, this is usually subconscious. Try to receive as much as you give. So this is someone who can easily get out of balance in their relationships. And the final part is to share more vulnerability. So if this is your subtype, the meditation is to balance apana energy. Apana energy is the energy that we give out. Prana is what we bring in, apana is what we expel, and social 2s need to get better at expelling more. In this meditation, your hands are in bear grip. So the left palm is facing out, take your left palm and face it out, and then interlace the fingers. This is bear grip. Eyes will be closed down when you do it, but what you're going to do is move the hands from the heart center up to the third eye point, spot between your eyebrows, and then drop it back down. You want to have pressure, so you're feeling some tension, but you're not feeling pain or anything like that with the hands, but it's a good solid grip. You will let your breath find its own rhythm and just continue this motion of going from the heart center to the third eye point. Inhale. So you exhale, drop your hands down, close down your eyes, just let your energy circulate. That meditation helps to balance apana energy, the eliminating energy. And then we are moving to the one-to-one type 2. The words we use are aggressive and seductive. Again, this is someone who is getting their needs met through relationships. This is someone who's doing that very focused with 1 or 2 key people in their lives, often a spouse or a parent, someone who's in their inner circle. And the subconscious strategy is I will meet all of this person's needs and then they will take care of me. This is someone who can be very interested in being appealing and attractive to that one person or that 2 people, that small group of people that they've really fused with. And this is someone who has to be careful that they don't shapeshift and move off their own center of who they are in this drive to really be desirable. It'd be the classic femme fatale or homme fatale. If this is your subtype, your personal growth work is to engage in honest self-reflection of how you are presenting yourself. Are you presenting who you actually are or who you think you need to be loved? Risk showing up as yourself and let others come to you. The meditation is to connect to the golden cord. So in this meditation, your hands are in Gyan Mudra. Your eyes will be closed down. You will mentally think the mantra Sa Ta Na Ma. But we're adding a little bit of a drag, so it's going to sound like Sa Ta Na Ma. You're thinking this, you're not saying it out loud. And as you think it, imagine each syllable is coming from the crown chakra, the top of your head, moving down and then coming out. It's like through your third eye point, through your forehead. So it's Sa Ta Na Ma. Your eyes will be closed down. Just go ahead and think that. Let your breath find its own rhythm. Inhale. So exhale, relax your hands. That is a meditation that connects you to the universal source of love. Helps you to realize you don't need to change anything. You just show up exactly as you are, and you will be fully accepted. Then we're moving to type 3. So type 3 is the achiever, the motivator. This is someone whose habit of attention goes to success in the eyes of other people and moves away from failure. In the self-preservation type 3, the word we use is security. And this is the counter type. This is the 3 that doesn't always see themselves as a 3, because this is a more humble, understated type 3 who doesn't just want to be seen as the best. They want to make sure they really are the best. They really deliver on that. This is someone who might consider it bad manners to brag, but they are seeking admiration, and it does feel really good when someone notices their achievements. This is someone who can almost feel like they cannot have enough security. Extreme workaholism can be found in this subtype, and this is someone who's often very, very anxious. If this is your subtype, your personal growth work is to slow down and address the negative emotions by sharing more vulnerability instead of going to your go-to, which is to work harder. Notice your reaction to anxiety is to throw yourself into more work. Work hard to stay still and to stay present with negative emotions. So that is the personal growth path. The meditation is to deal with your own mind. So your left hand is once again resting either in Gyan Mudra or can be in your lap. Take the right hand, the fingers point straight up. Take the thumb, close down the right nostril. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. So you inhale, try to count to 8. As you exhale, try to count to 8. Inhale. As you exhale, drop the hands down. Take a couple of regular breaths. Just let your energy circulate. That's a meditation that's designed to lower anxiety. We're moving to the social type 3. The word we use is prestige. This is kind of the classic type 3 that you read about in most Enneagram literature. This is someone who's a lot more open in their bid for admiration. This is someone who might brag. This is someone who can be a social chameleon. They want to be the best in whatever environment they're in, and that can cause them to shapeshift. If this is your subtype, your personal growth work is to work to relax the effort to gain recognition and praise and admiration, to challenge beliefs you have about failure and rejection, and to recognize and share vulnerability, to practice being still. The meditation is the meditation for wisdom. So in this meditation, your eyes are going to be looking at the tip of your nose. You'll take the right hand and put it in the palm of the left. So the right hand is closer to the body. The left hand is behind, you're holding the right palm in the left hand. Cross your left thumb down and the right thumb over. So check that the left thumb first crosses down and the right thumb crosses over it. And this whole mudra comes to your heart. I will keep the instructions for the breath, so you can just follow what I do, but we're doing a sequence of breathing between the nose and the mouth. So go ahead and inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Inhale through your mouth. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your mouth. Exhale through your nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale through the nose. Gently relax the hands down. It's a meditation that coordinates the brain, helps you move past your ego, and connects you to your higher self. We're moving to the one-to-one type 3. The word we use is charisma. This is someone who is looking for success in the eyes of people, trying to avoid failure, but they are not focusing it on themselves. They are focusing it on something else. It can be a company, it can be a hobby, it can be a spouse, but this is someone who's working hard to promote something else and helping something else to be successful. If this is your subtype, your personal growth work is to work to explore and discover your true self, to redirect your focus from promoting others to finding your own sense of center, a sense of center within yourself, and to share more of your true feelings with people who care about you and who support you. So if this is your subtype, the meditation is the White Swan meditation. And this is a more subtle meditation. So you're going to bring your hands together almost like in fists. So you're going to drop the fingers down and you'll press the thumb tips together. And the instructions are to press them together hard enough so that the fingertips become white. So it's enough pressure to kind of press the blood out of the fingertips. You're going to hold this at your brow point, so right at the eye level. And the instructions are to really lock in, look at those fingertips, and then to close down your eyes and try to keep that mental image of the fingers pressed together. The breathing is long, deep breathing, and you are asked to mentally think the mantra Sa Ta Na Ma. So go ahead and close down your eyes, begin long, deep breathing, thinking Sa Ta Na Ma. Inhale. Exhale, gently drop the hands down. That is a meditation that relaxes the body and tunes you in to your higher self. So we've done 3 out of the 6 types. I'm just going to ask you guys to take a minute to check in with your body. If you need to stand up, stretch, bend to the left, bend to the right. If you're sitting, you can stretch your legs out and pat them down. Something called exercise snacks. And it's this idea that if you move throughout your day, actually better for your body. Ready, go ahead and come sitting once again. So we're moving to type 4. Type 4, the individualist, the habit of attention goes to what is missing. They have a harder time seeing what they do have. The self-preservation type 4, the word we use is tenacity, and we also call this person reckless or dauntless. This is considered to be the sunny 4. This is someone who is much more emotionally stoic about their pain. This is someone who can almost have a subconscious sense, if I suffer enough, that is how I will find my way out of my suffering. So someone who can put themselves in very difficult situations, almost in a masochistic type of way. If this is your subtype, resist the urge to work harder to prove yourself. Allow for more lightness, fun, and pleasure in your life, and relax into and share your feelings more with people who care about you and who can support you. The meditation is a meditation for gratitude, the meditation for Guru Prasad. In this meditation, you'll press the sides of the hands together like you're creating a cup. Bring that cup to the heart center. You're looking down at your hands, and the instructions are to keep your eyes 1/10 open, but as you do the meditation, your eyes might close, and that's fine. You'll inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. As you inhale, bring into mental focus all of the things in your life that you're grateful for. And as you exhale, really fill in that picture, giving it a lot of color and a lot of detail. So inhaling, bringing into mental focus those things, and exhaling, brightening that picture. Go ahead and begin. Inhale. So you exhale, drop your hands down. Then we move to the social 4. The word we use is shame. This is what's called the sad 4. This is someone who is much more open about their emotional suffering. This is someone who can have a really hard time feeling good about themselves. They're doing a constant comparison of themselves to others, and they are always finding themselves at the bottom. This is someone who can have a very hard time recognizing their own achievements and accomplishments. Instead, they notice whatever isn't working in their life. If this is your subtype, work hard to relax your self-judgment and negative self-perception. Cultivate self-compassion, become more direct about your needs, and take action to get your own needs met, and stop over-identifying with your emotional suffering. If this is your subtype, the meditation is to conquer animosity. So in this meditation, the hands are in light fists, so let the fingers drop down. Press the sides of the thumbs together, and the fingers are pointing up. Knuckles of the fingers, the other fingers are pressed together. Mudra, the hands are at your heart center, and your eyes are looking at the tip of your nose. In this breath sequence, you'll inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your mouth, exhale through your nose. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your mouth, exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose, Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale through the nose. And continue. Inhale. Exhale, drop your hands down. This meditation shifts your thinking and it helps to release self-animosity. And we move to the one-to-one type 4. The word we use is competition. This is the mad 4. This is someone who externalizes their pain. So they are feeling a lot of emotional suffering, but they almost have a subconscious sense, if I'm going to suffer, so are you. So this is someone who's really externalizing their pain. The word we use is competition because this is someone who can be very competitive, but they have a kind of paradoxical relationship with competition. On the one side, they think they deserve to win and be the best. On the other side, they have feelings of inferiority. So they're constantly kind of swinging back and forth between these two emotions. If this is your subtype, notice the drive to externalize your darker emotions onto other people. Strengthen your ability to sit with your own suffering without externalizing it, and identify what you value in yourself and who you are, even if you aren't superior to other people. That is the growth path. The meditation is beyond stress and duality. And this meditation, your eyes will be focused on the tip of the nose. You'll touch the fingertips together. So you're spreading the fingers like you're making a tent with the fingertips pressed together. The thumbs are stretched back towards the body, so the other fingers are going to be pointing straight forward. And all of this is at your heart center, which is a little bit lower than we usually imagine. It's lower than your heart. In the breath, you will inhale smoothly through the nose. And you'll exhale 8 strokes, 8 sniffs through an open mouth with rounded lips. So it's going to look like each exhale, try to bring your navel point a little bit closer in towards your spine. So by the 8th count, it should be really pretty pulled in. So again, you're inhaling smoothly through the nose. And exhaling 8 puffs through rounded lips. Inhale. As you exhale, gently drop your hands down. That's a meditation that establishes internal balance and a sense of strength and equilibrium. So now we are moving to type 5. And what you're going to find with type 5s is that we chant, and that is because type 5s tend to have a closed throat chakra. They are too quiet, and this is going to help to open that up. So type 5s, this is like the owl of the Enneagram. Someone's got a very boundaried approach to life. Their habit of attention is going to concerns that they will be overwhelmed by the demands of the outside world. Their habit of attention moves away from having a sense that they have enough, a sense of abundance. They generally do not feel that. The self-preservation type 5, the word we use is castle, and this is the most remote and detached of the fives. It's almost like they're living in a castle up above, really out of the fray, detached from society. This is someone who lives very frugally, who does not want the trappings of the material world. This is someone who wants a very small group of friends or social relationships. This is somebody who can be almost hermit-like. They can be very, very guarded, and very, very remote. If this is your subtype, your personal growth work is to connect with others more and share your feelings, even if it makes you feel anxious or fearful. To challenge yourself of what is possible and imagine how you might grow if you did not feel the need to keep up such high walls, and to consider how you might feel more fulfilled if you showed more of yourself and shared more of yourself with others. So that is the personal growth work. The meditation, it's called for Mercury projection to improve communication. So in this is probably the most complicated of all of these 27 meditations. So just stick with me on this one. In this one, you will press the three fingers together, the thumb, the index finger, and the middle finger. Those thumb tips are pressed together. And the pinky and the fourth finger do not touch. This is position number 1. Position number 2 is that same thing, but now you'll touch the pinkies together. And you will chant the mantra Wa He Guru. So that's 1, and then you're going to chant it again, this time in position 2 with the pinky touching. So it's going to look like Wa He Guru, and then bring the pinky to touch, the 2 pinkies to touch, Wa He Guru. And we're going to repeat that, cycling back and forth. Wa He Guru is an expression of ecstasy. So Wahe is this expression of joy, and Guru is someone or something that brings us from the dark to the light. So that is what we are going to be chanting, and we'll just be doing this sequence of the 3 fingertips touching, and then the 3 fingertips plus the pinky are touching. Eyes are focused on the tip of the nose. Try to really tune into your own voice. Go ahead and inhale. Wahe Guru, 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 Wahe Guru. Wahe Guru, 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 Wahe Guru. Inhale. Exhale, drop the hands down. Keep your focus internal, just breathe. That is a meditation that brings your voice into the world, and that rhythmic mantra and hand finger sequence help to improve communication. So that is the self-preservation type 5. Then we're moving to the social type 5. The word we use is totem. This is a more extroverted type 5. This is someone who at times might confuse themselves and think that they are a 7. This is someone who is very interested in knowledge and information, and they socialize as a way of becoming experts in their field. This is someone who has to be careful that they don't confuse their friendships with having where the person or people they're friends with are actually almost representations of a body of knowledge, and rather than being human beings. So this is someone who is really interested in sharing their interests with a group of like-minded people. But they continue to be fives because they continue to be very boundaried in their approach. They may engage, but only up to 5 p.m. or whenever the event's going to end, and then they go back. So very boundaried strategy. If this is your subtype, shift your focus from knowledge and information to emotional engagement with the people in your life. Notice and work against your tendencies to connect only through shared ideals. Become more open to sharing more of your day-to-day life and your emotional world with other people. So that is the personal growth path. And meditation is to activate inner knowing. And in this meditation, you're going to take your fingertips and actually close your ears. Your eyes will be focused on the tip of the nose, and with your plugged ears, you will chant that same mantra, Wahe Guru. As you're chanting, bring your mental attention to the Wa, to your third chakra, your navel point. Hey is at the heart center, so just moving up, and Guru is up here at the throat. So Wahe Guru. And this is again just kind of bringing your mental attention there. Your fingers are closing your ears. Go ahead and chant. The eyes are at the tip of the nose, and begin. Wahe Guru, 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 Wahe Guru. Inhale. Exhale, gently drop your hands down, breathe. Meditation helps you tune into your own inner voice and your own inner wisdom. And we're moving to the one-to-one type 5. The word we use is confidant. This is the more emotional type 5. This is someone who is still presenting in a very reserved way, but they can be having a lot of emotional intensity internally. This is someone, we use the word confidant because it is like they want to find one person that they can have ultimate union with, someone that they can really share everything with. This is someone who has to be careful. They can be easily disappointed in relationships because they have such high standards in this one person, whoever it is. If this is your subtype, consider that you may be holding others to a high standard as a way to avoid intimacy. Risk expressing your true feelings to the people in your life. Challenge yourself to let your true, authentic connections happen, even if they are messy and unscripted. So in this meditation, once again, we are going to chant Wahe Guru. This time your eyes will be closed down and all of the mental focus is at the third eye point. Your right hand is resting in your left, so the left hand is underneath, the right hand is on top. The hands are resting in your lap, and just notice that your spine is straight. Try to relax the rest of your body. Inhale. Wahe Guru, 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 Wahe Guru. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Let's mentally vibrate the mantra. That meditation quiets an active mind and cultivates a flow of light. So that's type 5. We're moving to type 6. Type 6 is called the loyalist, the skeptic. This is the African gazelle of the Enneagram who is on alert for where's the lion. So the habit of attention goes to danger and threats to their security and moves away from positive outcomes. That is not something they notice as much. In type 6, the subtype changes the personality profile quite a bit. So you will notice that. The self-preservation type 6, the word we use is warmth. And this is someone who's got to believe the world is a dangerous place. I'm going to solve that by being on warm terms with everybody around me. So this is a very friendly, very engaging person who at times can almost look like a type 2. They're friendly, they're engaging, but the subconscious strategy is I'm going to stay on good terms with everybody because that way, if there's a problem, they're certainly not going to attack me. And if there's a problem, maybe they will protect me. This is someone who can have a very hard time making decisions for themselves. They often have somebody above them, a parent or a spouse, who's kind of making all the decisions. This is a person who can feel like they don't have what it takes to kind of be decisive about their own life. If this is your subtype, your personal growth work is to be more direct, more clear in your decisions, and to break the habit of being docile and submissive, to practice allowing yourself to be angry, and to own your many positive qualities so you can start to develop more self-confidence. That is the personal growth work. The meditation is to balance nervous energies. In this meditation, the left hand is closest to the body. Then you're going to take the right hand and bring the right palm on top of the left and press the tips of the thumbs together. So left hand closer to the body, right palm over the back of the left hand. Thumb tips are pressed together. The eyes are 9/10 of the way closed, so just very slightly open. And in this breath, you're breathing through the nose. You'll inhale and try to hold the breath for at least 15 seconds. So try to count to 15. Then you'll exhale the breath out and try to hold it out for 15 seconds. So inhale and hold for 15 seconds. Exhale and hold the breath out for 15 seconds. We'll do a few rounds of that. Go ahead and begin. Inhale. You exhale, relax your hands down. That meditation quiets an anxious mind and promotes a sense of wellness. So then we move to the social type 6, and the word that we use is duty. So this is someone who's got a sense the world is a dangerous place. I am going to solve that by aligning around systems. This is someone who is looking for a framework to follow, a set of rules to follow, a set of guidelines. This is someone who might be the ultimate company person. They're very loyal to the company. This is someone who might be a political person. They follow a political party. They might be religious, but they're looking for a system that they can follow with this idea, if I follow the rules of this system, then I'll be safe. This is someone who loves to follow the rules. They can be very energetically cool. This is someone who can be very kind of polished and reserved looking, but when you talk to them, you will realize they are deeply, deeply anxious. If this is your subtype, recognize that living from your mind and intellect can only take you so far. Learn to let go of your system of thinking that aligns you around rules and reference points. Act more from instinct. and have the courage to pursue pleasure rather than duty. So that is the personal growth work. The meditation is a 4-stroke breath to build intuition. So in this meditation, you'll interlace the fingers together and the index finger is pointing straight up. That mudra, those hands are going to be directly beneath the nose, so you can look down and see the tips of the index fingers when you're holding this position. So the hands are not against the body, they're out from the body, but you should be able to look down and see your index fingers. In this position, you're going to inhale 4 strokes through an O mouth. So it's going to look like, and then a powerful exhale through the nose. So inhaling 4 strokes through an O mouth and exhale through the nose. Inhale. As you exhale, gently drop your hands down. That meditation builds intuition. And finally, we're moving to the 1-to-1 type 6. The words we use are strength and beauty. This is the counter type, sometimes confused for a type 8, because this is someone who has the sense the world is a dangerous place. I'm going to charge forward into that danger. I'm not going to let it hold me back. This might be the person who's afraid of heights, so they take up skydiving. They're worried about getting in an accident, but they drive their motorcycle without wearing a helmet. So someone who charges into danger. They can seem very bold. They can seem like they've got a very kind of confident personality, but when you talk to them, you will understand they are deeply, deeply anxious. If this is your subtype, notice and recognize that strength and aggression are not the same as courage. Notice how appearing strong masks your fear and other vulnerable feelings. Try to let your guard down more often and work on learning to trust people more with your vulnerable emotions. So that's the personal growth work. The meditation is to cultivate a neutral mind. And in yoga, we talk a lot about how there are 3 different minds. There's positive mind, negative mind, and neutral mind. Positive mind is what 7s have. It's where the focus is on what could go right. It's big, it's expansive. Negative mind is what 6s naturally have. It's what could go wrong, what could be dangerous. It is good to consider both of those, but we want a decision make from neutral mind, because this is the mind that's taking both sides into account and then coming from a place of neutrality. So this meditation is to cultivate that. In the meditation, once again, the left hand is the closest to the body. The right hand is pressed against the left. The thumb tips are pressed together. The eyes are 9/10 closed, so just slightly open. You'll inhale and hold for a count of 10 and exhale and hold for a count of 10. You'll keep your own count. Go ahead and begin. Inhale. Exhale. The hands down. That meditation helps to develop your neutral mind. So we have 3 types remaining. I'm gonna ask you guys once again, just take a minute, check in with your body. If you like, stretch out your legs down, stretch your arms up. Lean from side to side, get your energy moving, stretch your body out. Perfect. Whenever you are ready, come back into sitting in easy pose. To move to type 7, so type 7 is the opposite of type 6. These are the positive thinkers of the Enneagram. Their habit of attention goes to what could go right. They have a blind spot for what could go wrong. The self-preservation type 7, the word we use is keeper of the castle. This is someone who fills their gluttony for experience by surrounding themselves with like-minded people. So these are the ultimate networkers of the Enneagram. If this is your subtype, notice how you stay alert for opportunities and consider if this is fueled by a concern that you will not have enough to stay comfortable. When relating to others, work to be conscious of all of the motives and underlying feelings that influence your actions. Become aware of how your pursuit of your needs and your self-interest may impact others. So these are people who, if they're not careful, they can inadvertently be transactional in their relationships. They're doing things because they want to get something out of it. So the personal growth work is around looking at that. The meditation is a meditation to invoke a meditative state. So in this meditation, the left arm is at the side, the elbow is relaxed, your palm is facing up. The left hand makes, or the right hand makes a fist, and the right hand is pointing forward. Press your shoulder blades together. Should feel pretty relaxed to be in this posture. Your eyes are focusing on the tip of the nose. You'll inhale long and deeply through the nose and exhale long and deeply through the nose, but you're not holding. So inhale, exhale, and then hold the breath out as long as you comfortably can. The instructions ask you to try to get to 15 seconds. And you'll once again inhale, exhale, and hold the breath out. So it's long, deep breathing within a long hold out. Go ahead and begin. Inhale. Exhale, relax the hands down. Meditation cultivates the ability to be deeply present. We're moving to the social type 7. The word we use is sacrifice. This is someone who addresses that gluttony for experience by working against it. It's the counter type. This is somebody who knows what they want, but they will withhold themselves from getting it kind of on behalf of the greater good. So this is someone who could look like a 2, very other sacrificing, other referencing. But the difference is this is someone who really knows what they want. They're just choosing not to act it out. If this is your subtype, try to become more aware of your desire to be recognized for your sacrifice or for your helpfulness. Allow yourself to see how you might avoid owning internal conflict and darker motives. Challenge yourself to be more honest about ways where you might confuse altruism and self-interest. Give yourself credit for your good intentions, but also make room for all of your intentions. That is the personal growth work. The meditation is for a liberated heart. This is where, again, your hands are in light fists. You'll drop the fingers down, press the tips of the thumbs together. This time you don't have to press the thumb tips together very hard, they just touch. The thumb tips are at the lip level and the hands are about 6 to 8 inches away from your face. We're breathing through an 8-stroke breath. So you'll take 8 inhales through the nose and 8 exhales through the nose. It's going to look like let's repeat that pattern of 8 inhales, 8 exhales. If you can't make it to 8, just do what you can. Go ahead and begin. Inhale. Exhale, relax your hands down. That meditation helps you balance between what you receive and what you release, and it helps you tune into your higher self. And we move to the 1-to-1 type 7. The words we use are fascination and suggestibility. This is the least grounded of the type 7s. This is someone who genuinely thinks the world is way more awesome than it actually is. So this is someone who can be trapped in sunshine. And what's happening here is this is someone whose mind embellishes reality to avoid negative feelings. It can be very hard for this person to distinguish between what is real and what is in their imagination. If this is your subtype, learn to distinguish between fantasy and reality. Work on understanding your need to embellish reality and to idealize people and things. Consider if this is masking fear, frustration, or anxiety. Try to access your darker feelings like sadness, fear, and anger. Build up your tolerance for frustration so you are not as tempted to retreat into fantasy. The meditation is to balance mental energies, and this is one of the only meditations where we keep our eyes open. So pick a spot, look straight forward. You will keep your eyes open, your arms are straight and in Gyan Mudra, hands are in Gyan Mudra, and whenever we straighten the elbows, this is like we're asking for information. This is a more active position. You'll inhale for 5 seconds, hold your breath for 5 seconds, and then exhale for 5. So inhale 5, hold for 10, and exhale for 5. Continue that sequence. Go ahead and begin. Inhale. Exhale. It's meditation to bring you out of your head and into the physical realm. We're going to move to type 8. So type 8 is the leader, the boss. Habit of attention goes to power and power dynamics, moves away from vulnerability. So the self-preservation type 8, the word we use is satisfaction. This is the most direct of the 8s. This is someone who almost has a sense of, I don't make it happen, nothing is going to happen. This is someone who can be very demanding, very direct, and almost overwhelming at times in their communication style. If this is your subtype, slow down your reactions and learn to rely more on others. Have faith in your ability without having the need to expend so much time and energy. This is someone who can almost feel like, if I just work harder, that'll be how I don't feel vulnerable. Cultivate your ability to communicate what you need and what you want from others, both in practical matters and in matters of the heart. The meditation is to act, not react, to help slow down your reactions. In this meditation, the eyes will be closed, the hands are in Gyan Mudra, and the elbows are relaxed and at the side with the palms facing down. You'll inhale through puckered lips for 3 to 4 seconds, and if you can, try to whistle. Hold the breath for 3 to 4 seconds, and then cannon breath out. Cannon breath is where you breathe through the mouth and you push the air out, almost like a cannon. In this version, you want to keep your cheeks firm, so try not to puff out your cheeks. So you're inhaling through puckered lips. Hold the breath, 3 to 4 seconds, and then cannon breath. And continue. Inhale. So exhale, relax the hands down. Meditation builds up stability to pause before taking action. So it helps you to act and not react. We move to the social type 8. The word we use is solidarity. This is the type 8 that has a more muted relationship with anger. They still are interested in power and power dynamics, but they're working more to support the group. And this is someone who can have a very, very protective element. If this is your subtype, begin to recognize how your care for others is a way of acting out your own denied needs for protection and support. Get more in touch with your inner innocence and focus more on self-care. Your meditation is to increase lunar energy, so it's left nostril breathing. Bring the left hand into Gyan Mudra, raise your right hand, the right thumb close down the right nostril, and begin breathing long and deeply through your left. So you inhale, try to count to 8. As you exhale, try to count to 8. Inhale. Exhale, drop your hands down. That is a meditation, cools down the body, and it's a great meditation for self-care. Then we move to the 1-to-1 type 8. The word we use is possession. This is like the bad boy or the bad girl of the Enneagram. This is someone who has a very rebellious attitude. Habit of attention is going to power and power dynamics. This is someone who really likes to be the center of attention. This can be somebody who almost has a sense the party starts when I enter the room. It is a more emotional 8. It is a very colorful personality. If this is your subtype, explore your need to rebel and dominate the attention of others. Notice your drive to control situations and try to identify if there's a need to avoid vulnerability that is beneath all that. Understand that you are at your best when you are balanced and you offer the center stage to other people. The meditation is to open the heart, the throat, and the third eye energy centers. So in this meditation, in both hands, the thumb is holding down the fourth and the pinky fingers, and the index finger and middle finger are pointing straight up. The right hand, the elbow is relaxed and at the side, palm faces forward. With the left hand, you'll take the fingers and just bring them to the heart center, wherever you feel that is. So that is the position that will hold. You're doing long, deep breathing, but bring your mental attention as though you're going from where your fingers of the left hand are at the heart center all the way up to the third eye, and then dropping it back down. So bring the attention from the heart center up to the third eye and back down. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Inhale. Exhale, relax your hands down. That is a meditation that activates the heart center and help a one-to-one type 8 offer center stage to other people. And then finally, we move to type 9. So type 9, the peacemaker, the mediator, habit of attention goes to harmony, moves away from conflict. The self-preservation type 9, the word we use is appetite. This is someone who gets a lot of pleasure from the simple things in life. Comfortable environment, good food, good company. This is really what they're looking for. They may have had higher aspirations at one point, but they eventually got the idea that I'm not going to get what I want anyway, so I'm just going to keep my expectations really low. If this is your subtype, your personal growth work is to become more proactive in thinking through and acting from your own self-interest. Focus on feeling and working with your anger instead of avoiding or denying it. And become more direct with yourself and others about what you want. Meditation is to release past projections. So make a tent with your fingers, press the fingertips together. The thumbs are stretched back towards the body. The hands are at the navel center. You'll inhale through the nose. Hold the breath and mentally think the mantra Sa Ta Na Ma, and then you will exhale 8 strokes through rounded lips. So inhale, thinking Sa Ta Na Ma, and then and continue. Inhale. And exhale, relax your hand down. This helps to release anger. Moving to the social type 9, word we use is participation. This is a type 9 that sometimes can look like a type 7 because they are so extroverted and so engaged with other people. What's happening there is they really want to belong to the group, but they're not sure if they do, and they feel like support of the group is their price of admission. So this is someone who's working really hard to support whatever group they are in. If this is your subtype, slow down and share more of your true self with others. Bring to the surface any sadness, anger, or discomfort you may be feeling. Notice any fear of abandonment, conflict, or loss of peace that you may be striving to avoid. The meditation is a 4-stroke breath for meditative balance. In this meditation, the palms are pressed together and you'll drop the 4th finger down. So you cross the 4th finger down, the other fingers are pressed together in prayer pose. So yeah, if you can, just drop the 4th finger down on both sides. It's like you cross the 4th finger down. The thumbs do not cross, and the fingers are pointing straight forward. The fingertips point away from the body, not up, but away from the body. Inhale a sniff through the nose, and exhale 4 sniffs through the nose, thinking sa, ta, na, ma. This is a mantra we use to break through obstacles. So inhale, exhale, and continue. Inhale. Exhale, let your hands relax down. The meditation to break through obstacles. And finally, we move to the 1-to-1 type 9. The word we use is fusion. All 9s merge, but these are the super mergers. This is someone who can have a very hard time finding their own center. They get very kind of fused or merged with whoever is important to them. This is somebody who can have a hard time distinguishing where the line is. They can be very affected by the moods of other people. And this is someone who sometimes will copy others because it's just hard for them to find their true identity. If this is your subtype, act to find your own sense of purpose and your own experience of being. Notice how blending in with others is actually preventing authentic relationships. Recognize the ways where you may have unconsciously erased yourself to maintain specific relationships and take action to create healthy boundaries. Final meditation, we're doing the 8-stroke breath to enhance the psyche. Your arms are above your head, the palms are facing down, your eyes will be closed. Doing an 8-stroke breath through the nose. So you can think to a count of 8. If you feel like you've got that, you can mentally think the mantra Sa Ta Na Ma twice, and you will exhale that same 8-stroke breath and then hold your breath out for a count of 16. So inhaling 8 sniffs, exhaling 8 sniffs, and hold your breath out for 16. Go ahead and begin. Inhale. Exhale. Drop your hands down. This meditation works to energize you to effectively identify your own goals while simultaneously helping you to achieve them. Those are the 27 meditations for 27 Enneagram subtypes. You have gotten an excellent immersion into Kundalini Yoga meditation, so thank you for that. The best way to kind of move forward is if you find the meditation that matches your subtype, to try to do it for 3 minutes a day for 40 days in a row. This is where you'll get the most benefit. And then from there, you can decide if you want to do it for longer periods of time, but maybe less frequently or whatever. But to really start to get the effect, you'll get it after just 3 or 4 minutes. But if you do it every single day, that's when you really start to see change.